No, now it's live. Yeah, there
I
we
forgot to hit the live button.
Oh.
Can we do this all over again? Would you guys mind?
Yeah.
I never pushed the live button.
Wow.
Thank
There
you
we
for
go.
letting me know, Deacon.
Yeah.
Everybody that I told you to be on at 7:30, I lied. I am so sorry. We've been talking here pretty good for a half an hour, and I didn't realize that I didn't have the button pressed
Hey, go ahead and text Avery and see if we are actually live.
to go live. It was Hunter's hair. He distracted me.
Something did.
Because I'm jealous, you know?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, people are jumping on now. God.
We're good.
I can't believe I did that. I am sorry, people. That's the first time, believe it or not, Kirby, that's happened since Kenny and I started doing this back in September.
Mm-hmm.
I never pressed the live button.
You were just so excited.
I was. Okay, we're here with the Mifflin County, Kirby Martin and a couple of his guys from the Mifflin County wrestling team. We got the Northwest Regionals coming up. AAA, Kenny Barner with me. This is the press box. People, thank you for coming online. We were not online because some idiot forgot to press the live button. And that would be me. I mean, I even had Tim Davis like, what time's it coming on? 7:30. And I bet you he got on there. And please tell anybody that we're trying to get on, if you're listening, to get them back on, because we'll do this here. Yeah, it's really filling up now.
So they couldn't hear or see us?
We were basically talking to ourselves, Kirby.
Oh, wow.
That was good practice then.
Yeah.
All right, yes. So let's ask the same questions all over again. Kirby, you have 12 guys at regionals. That's got to be great for you, you know, in the room. Not like I've asked this already at 7:30, but what are your thoughts?
Well, we took 12 to districts, and we're taking 12 to regionals. I mean, that's the best percentage that you can have. You know, these guys have been fighting for each other all season long, so they clearly wanted to extend their season and keep working hard and keep pushing each other. And so it helps to have a lot of guys in the room. I think it adds a little bit more dynamic and it just, yeah, you want to work hard and you see your teammates working hard and they want to push each other for a deep run in the postseason.
I still can't believe I didn't press the button. So I got to ask these questions all over again.
Yeah, make sure you ask these guys lots of questions. They're
okay.
eager to answer.
I can tell. Hunter.
Yeah.
You're up first. How long do you work on your hair to get it like that?
It depends. Anywhere from like a half an hour to 45 minutes.
Really? That long?
Yeah, it depends on the day. It depends. Like if it's a bad hair day, 45 minutes at least.
Okay. Okay. See, when you're bald like me, you're jealous. So I don't work. I can wash my hair with a wash rag.
Oh, that sounds so much simpler, so much easier.
Oh, it is. You just rub the cue ball and that's it. You're out. You're done.
So, been trying to convince me to go bald for a while.
Did you, Schaefer? You tried to make him go bald for a while.
Coach Sear.
Oh, Sear. I'm sorry. I thought you said Schaefer. Well, yeah, but nobody can rock it like Dale, especially
Absolutely.
especially regionals. Friday, I can tell you, if not Friday, Saturday, it's going to be all slick and shining. The lights are going to hit his bald head. It'll blind everybody if they look wrong. It's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, tell me how you're feeling now. Not like you've answered this already, but how are you feeling now? You got a bye coming in. You said you liked the bye. How are you feeling right now, physically, mentally, heading into regionals?
Easily the best I have all of high school. Just ready to start wrestling. Get there, get weighed in. Get the first match under my belt.
Yeah, you had. We all know that. How is the shoulder? I mean, you've had some bad shoulder problems your first couple of years.
Yeah,
How is that going right now?
nothing wrong with it. Luckily I got it out of the way, and I recovered pretty well from it.
How frustrating did that get for you those 2 years when it kept getting hurt?
It was pretty tough because I wasn't getting the results I knew I was capable of, and so it was pretty tough.
Parker, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
I still can't believe I didn't press the button. How are you? Same question. How are you feeling leading up to this? I told you, but when we were off the air, I thought we were on 28-5 this year. Really have made I think, a giant jump from last year. What do you feel is the difference this year, and how are you preparing and how you're feeling before regionals?
Well, honestly, right now for regionals, I'm feeling the best I have all year. I know I know I can wrestle with anyone, and all the work's been put in this year, this off season, and just comes down to preparation and getting my mind right.
Awesome. Deacon, district champ. How are you feeling going in? And just like Hunter, district champion, it's got to give you confidence as you're heading into regionals here.
Yes, it does. I thought I would have got the 1 seed and got a bye, but just got to take the harder route, I guess. I'm ready to wrestle. I've been ready to wrestle all week, getting my mind ready. I prepared all week, just working on being funky, working on the positions that I'm not the greatest at, and moving more on my feet. I'm ready to wrestle.
Jake, as I said off the air, from 1 win as a freshman to where you are now, what is this, second trip to regionals?
Yes.
Second trip to regionals, trying to get to states. How are you feeling right now? How do you feel you're wrestling? And how are you mentally right now?
Well, I'm feeling a lot better than I was when I was a freshman, for sure. And I'm pretty great. And I think I have prepared to make a trip.
Okay. The brackets, we talked about that. I know you guys said you don't really look at them. It's one match at a time, but we'll start back again with Hunter. What's your strategy for regionals here? You're going to go in, weigh in. You got the bye. You like that, and then you're going to get probably the Punxsutawney kid. Do you know anything about him at all?
Yeah, I didn't even know where the kid was from that I might wrestle.
So, do you like that? I mean, like not knowing about,
yeah.
or would you like to know his?
To it, yeah.
Okay. And what's your strategy? What are you going to go about doing?
Same thing as always. Score as many points as I can in 6 minutes.
That sounds like Kirby Martin. Score what you can in 6 minutes. Right, Kirby?
Yeah, I mean, it really comes from Penn State's mentality. They are always looking at trying to score and just keep putting up points. And really, it's a mindset where if you're focusing on scoring points, then you're not focusing on, making mistakes, or you're not thinking too much about, afraid of losing or afraid of making mistakes. Instead, you're just focusing on, scoring the next point and keep scoring. And, that it's just a better mental approach to a match.
Deacon, what is your strategy here? What are you going to go about doing? I said, I know you don't look at brackets, but you got some. It's a pretty tough bracket here. With you got some kids like Butterfield, the Erie McDowell kid, and Miller of Selinsgrove, and Wetzel of Shikellamy. I mean, I think you should have been a number 1 seed. Lactash, barring an upset, which can happen, Lactash honestly has a pretty easy shot to go right into the finals. I know you're probably not thinking about the seeds and that, but what's your thoughts heading into this bracket when you look at the bottom bracket and what you feel you have to do?
I'm just excited, honestly. I'm excited to get the rematch with Wetzel. He beat me in overtime 3-1 in the beginning of the year. I wasn't at my best at all, and I went for something dumb, and I ended up losing 3-1 in overtime. So I'm ready to knock him off, and then go to Butterfield, knock him off, and then beat Lactash in the finals.
Parker, I got your bracket right here in front of my face. You got Carter Wilson of Du Bois, and then you're going to get Wilkinson or Rowan of Punxsutawney, because I'm already predicting a win over the Du Bois kid. And I know you want the District 8 kid. Everybody wants District 8 kids. So how are you approaching the regionals? Your thoughts, and how are you mentally right now?
Honestly, like last year where I was going into regionals and I overlooked my first match and I ended up losing it. So this year I'm making sure I one match at a time and just score points, win one match at a time, and just keep advancing.
Mr. Cunningham, same question. What are your thoughts? Let me look at your bracket a minute. They put you in the lower, right?
I think so, yeah.
See, I like that. Kids don't even know where they're at. It's only us media guys. You got a freshman, Ryder Say of Meadville. Yeah. And obviously, I know you don't know anything about him. We don't see the District 10 kids really till regionals. But just on your end, your thoughts on how you feel mentally, what you want to do at the regionals.
Yeah, I feel good. Parker said you can't take anything lightly, so I'm gonna go every match. And,
Okay, and Parker, we were talking on before when we thought we were on air, we were talking about Ray Brinzer not bathing during the state tournaments, and we wanted to try to get that to be Parker's strategy, but he said no. He wants to bath. If anybody doesn't know, Ray Brinzer was he 3-timer, Kirby? 3-time state champ from North Allegheny, and one of his strategies was to not bathe during the 3 days of the tournament and get all stinky and nasty. And Rob Coleman of Erie Prep had to wrestle him, and he tried to bear hug Brinzer and smelled his pits. And he said it was the worst smell he ever smelled, and he went right to the mat and was pinned. So Brinzer's secret. Maybe Kirby's going to incorporate that next year in the Mifflin County wrestle room. Do not bathe before tournaments.
Nope.
No, Kirby? No. About the, you said they went back to that, but we're going to have a consolation round on Friday now. It used to be nobody was eliminated.
Yep.
Now, all those poor District 8 kids are going home in one day.
Yeah, that could be the case. And again, that is how it used to be run, where there was a round of consolation on Friday. Then they changed it so that nobody was out Friday evening. So they've gone back to that. I don't know what the reason is, but yeah, unfortunately there are going to be some kids that will be done Friday evening.
Kenny, you got anything? I'll shut up for a second.
Okay, I'll get to ask these questions twice. Well, this is for anybody again. When you guys were standing on the podium, what were your feelings when you got your medal?
I like Deacons. You go first, Deacon.
It's a good feeling, standing up there, being first. You get to look down at all the kids and like look at them, just let them know that you're better than them.
I'm better than you. Excellent. Hunter, what about you?
I don't know. It's just enjoyment. It's a lot of hard work paying off. It does feel good looking down on everyone, knowing that you did better than them.
Done it? Yeah, man. Parker, your thoughts on that?
Obviously, if you're not at the top of the podium, then it's not really exciting or happy. It just
Good
means
point.
you got to work harder.
Jake?
Yeah. Well, I look up and above me. I want to be that. Like, beat him.
So Kirby, you think you think it's possible to get 12 through? I know that's a loaded question, but is it possible to get all 12 through?
Of course.
I like that answer. Kenny, you said you had some more
Yeah.
to re-ask?
Yeah. How hard is it with having your matches staggered throughout the day? What do you guys do to keep the intensity going and keeping that, the intensity?
Just gotta keep moving, keep fluids in you, eat a little bit here and there, don't eat too much so you'll feel like crap, but just keep bouncing around and stuff. Most of the time I just rest my head right on my arms and kind of take a little nap, but
I usually just get away from everyone, get completely away from the gym, especially if I have like long hour breaks. I won't go watch any wrestling. Just be away from everyone.
And eat ham and grilled cheese, right?
Yeah. Yep.
There you go. What about you, Parker?
Yeah, I like to rest between my matches. I don't like to eat a whole lot, just drink some water. And then whenever it gets close to my match, get a good warm up in and get mentally ready.
Jake?
Yeah. When I'm not wrestling, I like to just sit around, see what's going on. Body water and ready for it.
Kirby, what'd you do when you wrestled during tournaments?
No one ever gave me any kind of advice as far as what to do. So I do try to tell these guys that it is important for them to get away from the gym in some way and just get some quiet time. It doesn't always help to be watching wrestling because, again, that can kind of like amp you up, and then you're coming down from watching somebody else, and so you got to really have you really want to make sure that you're controlling your emotions and keeping them under wraps, especially for your individual matches. I didn't do much different than what these guys are describing in high school. I will say, and I think it does apply to these guys, that they're really good friends, and they try to kind of hang out with each other and not necessarily focus on the wrestling that's going on, but kind of just hang out, have some fun with each other, and kind of distract each other, until it is time to get back to business and get ready to wrestle hard.
Talk about your thoughts on this team this year. I mean, there was a little bit of up and down during the dual meet season, but there was a lot of new guys in the lineup, and it seems to me what a coach wants to see, they've gotten better as the season's gone along. And now last week, what they did, in the postseason, 12 going through, you were only like 4.5 behind Central Mountain in the district race. Tell me your thoughts on the team this year, the way that you feel they've grown.
Well, as a staff, the key word is progress. Are we making progress from the beginning of the year to the end? Like, are we helping kids to get in good shape? Are we fixing technical things? Are we helping them mentally to learn how to, prepare for competitions? And, beginning of the year, we didn't have our best lineup, and thankfully throughout the year, it got better and better as some kids, got their weight down and under control. And I'm really proud of this group, because early on it looked like we were going to really struggle in dual meets, but second half of the year, I think we were really strong. And we gave Central Dauphin a great match, and so we've been getting stronger, and that's what we're looking for. We want them to be making progress through the entire season, all the way through Hershey.
I wanted to ask you how much you think Peyton has helped, Parker's brother, at heavyweight. I mean, when he got his weight down and came in, I mean, I thought that was big, beating Blackwell last week.
Oh, yeah.
That was something.
Yep.
And he hasn't wrestled much. Do you feel that helped solidify, everything with the guys improving?
Yeah, when Peyton got his weight down and stepped into the lineup, he was ready to go. I mean, he's been practicing all along. He just wasn't down to weight. And the Ultimate Warrior tournament, I think, really helped to build his confidence. He beat some kids there that were pretty good, and so he's an athletic kid, and when he uses his weight and gets kids tired, that's to his benefit. And he's been wrestling really well, and gaining more confidence with each match.
Kenny?
Yes. How much of a plus is it to be wrestling back in Altoona this week?
It's huge. The kids are used to that environment and that gym and their mats, and those are things that they don't have to adjust to. There's a comfort level that's already taken care of, and so they can focus more on wrestling the kids that they're paired up with, and they don't have to worry about adjusting to the environment or anything like that.
Are you I know you got to be totally focused on your team, but is there any weight classes? Mine's 139, obviously, that you're looking forward to seeing in the finals, because Manville and Perry have had two that are just freaky. How good Manville can ride is crazy. It's sick. I mean, that's how he won a state title.
Yeah, he's solid in all positions, and so he's a kid that wants to wrestle the toughest guy he can, and he's tried to do that in dual meets, and he's always up for the fight.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking for. I'm assuming no upsets. They'll be in the finals, and they may be in the state finals, but you got Rath. They'll have something to say about that if he's there. I don't think I've asked you publicly. I wrote a column a couple of weeks ago about the private schools are starting to dominate, particularly in AA. What do you feel about this? Do you think like there's some that advocate we should have a separate state tournament for the private schools, or are you like, well, we just got to get better and beat them? Because it's pretty hard to beat a team like Faith Christian or next year Bishop McCourt when they're building this super team.
I'm not a fan. When you can go out and recruit kids from other states and essentially just build a team, there's a clear advantage for them over everybody else who works hard with the guys who are committed to their school and their school district. And I personally don't like having them in the PIAA. I mean, look at it this year at the state duels. I mean, Faith Christian won AA, Becca won AAA, and again, how many of those kids are all in the same school district?
Becca's traditionally got kids from New Jersey,
Yeah,
right across from them, traditional, and Faith Christian. Geez, I wrote about them. They were 7-6 3 years ago, and now they're the most dominant team. They might even be better than Becca.
they would be a solid dual meet.
Yeah, they've got 11 of their 13 kids ranked, state ranked, and they have 9 freshmen and 4 sophomores.
Yep.
Plus, next year they got considered the top junior high kid in PA coming in.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah. Again, there's a huge advantage in their favor, and again, I'm not in favor of them being in the PIAA. They can, like I said, there is a prep or prep school championship, and there's also a national prep championship. So
yeah,
I mean, and they'll go to all the big tournaments like the Beast and Powerade and Iron Man, and so again,
yeah. Another example of it is how is Faith Christian about the size of as far as school, they're no bigger than enrollment than BMS, and they actually at Escape the Rock finished ahead of Becca.
Yeah,
they took second at Escape the Rock behind Malvern Prep. It's crazy. I got off topic. Sorry, guys. I don't like that. The what's happening. I mean, Becca always in AAA, but that's really pretty much it for AAA. AA, it's being totally. You have Faith Christian, Notre Dame, Green Pond. Next year is going to be McCourt.
Yeah, they will be the 3 top teams, and again, they're all schools that can bring in kids from wherever they want to.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's unfair. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about something we don't talk about much. The Mifflin County fans. They travel. We travel so well. They're so awesome. It's unbelievable how many people are on this stream tonight. I can see the numbers. It's just, you got to appreciate that, Kirby, how much this area just loves high school wrestling. Wrestling, period.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for the support that is in this area. There are a lot of diehard wrestling fans and very knowledgeable, and thankfully, very committed to our kids and coming out and supporting them. And when a Mifflin County kid wins, that they're gonna give them a lot of cheering. It's exciting.
Hunter, okay, when you guys when you get that first match out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
Is like that important to you? Like that stress, like kind of goes away, because I don't care who you are, you're going to have butterflies before you're. It's just natural, no matter how much you try to control it. How much of a relief is it to get that first win out of the way?
It's a big relief, but then it doesn't go completely away, and it doesn't go away until the season's over, because you always got something next to think about.
Do you get bad butterflies out in the mat?
No, not really. I try to stay pretty calm.
What about you, Deacon?
No, not really this year, because I told myself at the beginning of the year it wasn't going to be a stressful year. It wasn't gonna be where I got real nervous to the point where I felt sick. But I mean, I do get a little bit nervous. I mean, if you don't get nervous, then something's wrong. David Taylor always said that he'll always get nervous for any match. So if you don't get nervous, then I guess you just don't really care.
That's true. What about you, Parker?
Yeah, this year's not bad. I told myself at the beginning of the year that I'd have fun when I wrestle and I'd smile. So when I step on the mat, I always make sure to look up at the fans and smile, to not think about the butterflies and just have fun.
Jake?
Yeah, I don't anymore. Once we get a good hard warm up in, I'm ready to go and ready to wrestle.
Awesome. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot with your coach here. Hunter, we'll start with you. What kind of staff, with the coaches, Dale, Tyler, and Tyler's the only one that may have better hair than you, Hunter. that might be it. But what do you feel about the staff and the way they relate to you guys and work with you guys and the success that Mifflin County's had?
Yeah, I mean, we got a great coaching staff that sacrifices a lot for us, throughout the season. And, they do anything for us on and off the mat. They just want to make us the best wrestlers, but the best people that we can be. They're just all great people, and they want the best for us.
Did Kirby pay you to say that?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to say that either.
Deacon, what do you feel? What do you feel they've helped you how they've helped you to be a better wrestler?
I mean, Kirby's just a great guy in general. You couldn't ask for a better head coach for wrestling. I mean, he's awesome. Coach Sear has the jokes. T-Bed, he can just pick on T-Bed. Hard sock, you just love hard sock. Coach Ray, he's just been there. He's been through everything.
Yeah, Ray's sort of like part of the building, I guess.
But yeah, it's awesome having a coaching staff the way we do. I mean, they're awesome. Seriously, couldn't ask for a better coaching staff. They put in a lot for us.
Parker, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, they pretty much said it pretty well. They do anything for us on and off the mat. I know, stay after practice, just extra work, no matter what, they're always there. And this year we've been focusing a lot off the mat and just leading us as a team in the right direction for life.
Jake?
Yeah, I think they're coaching world. Someone has a boy, they lose their partner. One of them will jump right. They'll stay after practice 30 minutes. So work on, take notes. What we need matches.
I mean, I think that is probably important that people don't realize that coaches, you guys, your whole staff can get down on the mat with these kids. A lot of coaches have been at it for so long that they really can't anymore.
It is a choice that when I started coaching, I wanted to make sure that physically I could still do it when I needed to. I'm thankful to have the younger guys like Hartsock and Coach Chris and Bedleon who can they can still get in there and get sore and enjoy it more than I can. But when we get our hands on the guys, then we have a better idea of, if they're hitting a move correctly or if there's something that just needs, some tweaking. And so being on the mat just adds a little more depth to our coaching and what we try to do with these guys to get them better.
Kenny, you got anything?
Yeah. Wanted to know, whenever you guys go into a match, do you guys have a certain strategy when you go in, or do you? I know you got to be mentally tough. How much, I guess, strategy goes into a match beforehand, or do you guys go along and see what the other guy's giving you, or how does that go about?
Sometimes if I've already wrestled the kid, I'll watch a video. I'll rewatch the video of like me wrestling him. I'll figure out what happened in the match and go over what I need to do and what works and what doesn't. So when I go into a match, also, I don't really. I have an idea what I'm gonna do, but things never goes out exactly how you planned it. So you might as well just throw that out the window. You just have an idea of what's gonna happen and what you're gonna do in this position, but that's why you go through it in practice. That way you have a feel for it.
That's the old Mike Tyson philosophy, huh, Kirby? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, but there at times there is some strategy. Some teams have some tendencies that we try to get ready for. Sometimes a kid has a certain move that you need to be ready for. But in general, we really work on the fundamentals and just tell the kids to try to dictate the match and not let the other guy do his thing.
One that I think, and I'll get your opinion, that I think would be one of the toughest things. I always have trouble figuring out how you coaches decide that. When to bump up a guy, bump up a guy or not. What goes into that?
Well, truthfully, it's most of the time we need to communicate with the kids about whether or not they're okay with it, and so it takes communicating with the kids and seeing if they're okay with it. It's always hard because sometimes it means somebody's getting bumped out, and at times I hate it because I feel bad that might be the best move for the team, and so we try to go through all the possible scenarios, what if, and then kind of go from there and make a decision.
Seniors, Hunter, are you looking at college or?
Yeah.
Any in mind? Any in particular?
I don't know. I'm definitely gonna wrestle in college. I'm just not sure where yet.
How about you, Jake?
Yeah, taking some visits and I think college. Some are low, but
yeah, it's a little early yet. You guys still got the rest of this season to go. Goals. I know. Besides being on top of the podium, what do you want to do? What do you want to get out of regionals? I guess what I'm trying to say is, besides the medal, what will you be happy with your performance at regionals, Hunter?
Probably to get to the finals. Last year in the semis, I was winning at the point left with like 15 seconds left and gave up a takedown and had to wrestle back to get third to go to states.
I remember that.
So to get to the finals, that'd be like the first check mark, but definitely winning, it's the goal.
Deacon, besides looking down and being better than everybody else.
It's just to wrestle hard, wrestle my best, give it my all, and just make it to the finals. Because if I make it to the finals, then I know I'm going to Hershey. So just wrestle my hardest, and I know if I wrestle my hardest and wrestle my best and wrestle smart, I know I'll win.
Parker?
Well, first, I think goal number one is what they said, make it to the finals. I want to go to Hershey, make a trip to Hershey, and I want to beat Luke Sipes.
Yeah, I mean, it's so close. Let's talk about that a minute since you brought it up. What does he like to wrestle? What's his strength? What do you feel you have to do to beat him?
Honestly, I know he's really strong. I've got to a couple shots, but he's heavy hips, and he's pretty funky. So I know I gotta take it slow, and when I get in on a shot, I gotta make the best of it and finish, because one takedown will make the difference in the match.
Gotcha. Mr. Varner, anything from you?
Just I think we talked about this earlier about superstitions. Do you guys have any before you go into a match or go onto the mat?
I just reach down, palm the mat, and touch my toes right before I do a handshake.
Anybody else?
Honestly, I like to just smile whenever I step on the mat, make sure I'm having fun, not too worked up.
Huh. That's a good one. That's different. Smiling. Do you have any rituals, Kirby, when you wrestled?
Yeah. I had a teammate in high school where he it was what was it? It was like a payday candy bar or something like that. So he would eat most of it, and I would get one piece. That was kind of our thing, just between the two of us. And I always had the same T-shirt that I would wear for competitions underneath my warm up. So as much as I know superstitions aren't really necessary, I mean, I think everybody's got a few small ones like that.
See, you went to States twice, right?
Yeah.
If you would have taken that shirt and not washed it, maybe, just maybe.
Maybe, but no, I mean, for me, it was I needed to take kids down at States, and I did not get that done. That was my weakness when I was in high school. I was not very strong on my feet.
You're not alone in that. There's a lot of kids that there's a lot of kids that aren't.
Yeah.
But they're still good enough to get there.
Correct.
Besides getting to Hershey, that's the main one. What do you want to see from these guys?
I want to see that, they are believing in themselves when they step out there. I want them to go out and just have no fear. The reality is, like, you need to have the approach of, I'm going to go out, I'm going to try to score. If I get taken down, I'm just going to score the next point and keep scoring. So keeping a positive mindset is so important. You got to wrestle through every situation, and like I said, the effort and the attitude throughout the year has been great, and so I'm counting on that continuing to be the case. And their intensity has increased this week, and I think that's going to make a big difference at regionals.
Nice. Just a reminder to everybody listening, the regionals start 4:30 on Friday. There will be a consolation round, so some people will be eliminated. Usually it isn't on Friday, but there will be now. We will have that on Big Lou. I will be there.
Make sure you push the live button.
I will push the live button on that one. I have to call in, so it's definitely going to be live.
All right.
I will be there. I got my situation under control, so we're going to be broadcasting. I'm going to be interviewing all of you guys when you win,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, sir.
Right. And anything you want to do, Kenny? I mean, we still have on our time slot 15 minutes, but I've had these poor guys on for a lot longer than they thought they were going to be.
I know, me too. I'm almost ready for bed. Getting old. No, just I got a couple shout outs to real quick. First of all, good luck, guys, this weekend. We're going to probably see you on Saturday as well. I know it's not as long of a day as it was on Saturday, last Saturday, but hope to see you, like Brian said, on the podium as well. I wanted to give a couple shout outs quick to the girls basketball team. They're heading to Mount Aloysius on Friday to play Altoona in a rematch from a game earlier in the season, where the Huskies played them pretty tough, but fell by 3. But this is a whole different second season, and good luck to them as they go out to Mount Aloysius. Another shout out is to Kylie Cubison. She is running in the 3K and in the relay events for Bowling Green in the MAC championships, and she'll be in action Saturday as well, and on ESPN. So congratulations for her. Little North, we're going to go to Bald Eagle swimmer Alana Kane. She's completing in the District 6 swimming championships in early March. She's the first swimmer in Bald Eagle history, looking to make some noise in the District 6 championship. And my last one is Shippensburg runner Chase McNair, qualified for the PSAC championships in indoor track. Great achievement for a great athlete. So that's all I had outside of that. So.
See, I should have paid attention. I did when I'm doing this show. I don't pay attention to my phone or anything. And your dad, Deacon, goes, "I'm not sure why, but the podcast isn't coming up online for anyone." If I'd have looked at that sooner,
Yeah, really.
I would have known. Okay, Hunter, what wrestler, if any, has influenced you the most?
Oh, probably when I was a really, really little kid, Jesse Delgado from Illinois.
Oh, really? Yeah.
is
I didn't
national
expect
champ.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about his style. He adapted it so well to like the role set. Like they had to have the danger zone because of just the way he'd scramble.
Yeah,
Just
really good.
His style. It just always captured my imagination.
What about you, Deacon?
What was the question again?
What wrestler has influenced you the most?
Probably Ed Ruth. I mean, I love Ed Ruth. He's one of the best to ever do it for Penn State. Probably the best. I mean, he's awesome.
Well, then I better see your head spray painted on Friday. What about you, Parker?
Honestly, I don't really know. Really, a certain wrestler. Probably Vincenzo Joseph. I guess I really liked watching him since he was in high school and in college. He was really entertaining, but not really. I always thought about like I want to be my own self and not really follow after any certain wrestler.
Right. Jake, how about you?
I like Zane Rutherford, and
Yeah.
I like the pace that he puts on people and gets them tired, but he never gets.
Yeah. Too bad you can't do the bow and arrow in high school.
Yeah.
I love that hold. Kirby, what about you? Who influenced you coming up? But you said to me you were a baseball guy.
Well,
I mean, that was your favorite sport, baseball.
Yeah, when I was younger. But I mean, did not have the technology to see a ton of wrestling. The one name that jumped into my head when you brought it up was Mark Ironside.
Oh, the Iowa boy.
Yeah. Yep. He epitomized the Iowa style. He was relentless, and yeah, I mean, when I did watch, I was impressed by his style and just his nonstop wrestling, and I've always, yeah, I wanted to be like that when I was in high school. As far as Pennsylvania goes, I mean, I enjoyed watching Kerry Cole a lot.
Yeah.
He was kind of the standard when I was in high school. He was a little older than me, but he was a stud. So
I first saw him at the Lock Haven Fall Classic, and he went out against Jack Kubo.
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, this kid's done." And he beat Kubo.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God, what are we witnessing here?"
Yeah, exactly.
He beat Jack Kubo. And he was like a 9th grader in high school.
Yeah, from a young age, he was groomed to be just this top-notch wrestler. I mean, stories I've heard sound a little over the top, but I mean, thankfully he's channeling all of his experience as a head coach now, and some of the things I've heard him speak on lately or have watched. I mean, he certainly has a very good perspective on his experiences, but how he can also just train current
Yeah.
that are underneath of him.
Yeah, like I'm an old guy. The one I really used to like, when you get to see them, because sometimes they put wrestling on ABC Wild, World of Sports, and that.
Yeah.
And the guy was Lee Kemp.
Oh yeah.
Wow, what a wrestler! They had on Wide World of Sports when Gable came out of retirement to try to go. He had done freestyle, won the gold in '72, came out of retirement, and wrestled Lee Kemp in an exhibition when Kemp was a freshman in college, and Kemp beat him. It was just amazing takedown guy. It was just so slick on his feet. But
yeah.
Okay. Well, Deacon, you're probably going to play football anyway, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Who's your football hero? Don't say Tom Brady, man.
No, not Tom Brady. Probably Bo Jackson.
He's a big Chiefs fan.
No.
Are you? You Patrick Mahomes guy?
No, that's all Tyler Bedlin right there. He annoys us every day with it.
Is he a Chiefs guy?
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh God is right.
Everybody knows it's the Rams. Come on. Right, Kirby?
No, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Always have been.
They're good. Obviously. Should have won the game. You had the 10-point lead at halftime, and Mahomes went nuts.
According to T-Bed, it was never in doubt who was going to win.
Oh, I'm sure he thought that when he was watching it. But hey, guys, thank you for coming on. Sorry that I didn't press the record button earlier and kept you on longer, but good luck Friday and Saturday. I expect you to come over to the table and say hi to me when you guys win.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Kirby, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yep, and I'll see you on Friday, too.
You bet. Looking forward to it.
That is the Mifflin County stars here. Hunter Johnson, Deacon Schaefer, Parker Kearns, Jake Cunningham, and as always, the awesome Kirby Martin, J. Kirby Martin. We appreciate them being on. Any final words, Kenny, before we get out of here?
Just want to say a personal good luck to you guys, and hope to see y'all on the podium, top of the podium, so you can look down.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
say how much better you are than they are.
That's right.
All right, that's going to do it. I want to thank them once again for coming on. We've had a great time, and I promise you I will press the record button next time. All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk
Thank
to
you,
you
guys.
later.
Take
Have a
care.
good
Listen in on Friday, Big Louie. It's starting at 4:30, and we will be on the air from 4:30. We're going to take a break at 6 o'clock for basketball. The girls, then they'll come back to me, and then we'll be on all day Saturday on Big Louie 92.9 FM and 670 AM. All right. For Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Thank you for listening, people. Have a great night. Sorry about the delay, but we got them on. We got them done. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.